You're tired, you're beaten, you feel like quitting, but let me tell you something. Quitting is a permanent solution to a temporary excuse. You think the world owes you comfort? Wake up. When life punches you in the mouth, most people drop to their knees, but not you. You're not here for average, you're here to dominate. This isn't a pep talk, this is a wake-up call. So if you're ready to throw in the towel, listen close, because this is the moment everything changes. Quitting is for the 98%, you're not them. The truth is, most people are wired to settle. They wake up, go through the motions, complain about how hard life is, and then they do it all again the next day without changing a damn thing. That's the mindset of the 98%. They live in a world where excuses are currency, where fear is normal, and where quitting is applauded as self-care or being realistic. Now, let me ask you this. Since when did quitting become noble? Since when did walking away from your dream become acceptable? The truth is, it's not. It's weakness dressed up as wisdom. It's mediocrity in disguise. Dan Peña said it best, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. If your circle is filled with people who quit every time it gets hard, you will absorb that energy whether you like it or not. If they justify quitting when things don't go their way, if they laugh at your ambition, if they call you too intense or obsessed, guess what? You're hanging with the wrong people. Winners don't flinch when things get tough. They get focused. They don't search for the nearest exit. They double down, lock in, and get after it like savages because they know something the 98% don't. The only thing more painful than failure is regrets. You want a legendary life? Then you better stop thinking like a civilian and start moving like a fucking warrior. That means you need discipline, not motivation. Ruthless execution, not daydreaming. You don't get to complain about the life you're not willing to fight for. You want the cars, the house, the freedom, the respect? Then you better earn it, because nobody's gonna hand you anything. Nobody's gonna give you a pat on the back and say, it's okay, try again next year. In the real world, there are only two results. You either get the job done or you make an excuse. The 98% will call you crazy. They'll say you work too hard. They'll say, slow down, take a break, you're doing too much. But what they really mean is, you're making me uncomfortable. You're showing me what I could have been if I had balls. So don't shrink to make losers comfortable. Don't lower your standards to fit into their weak narrative. Stand tall, be the example. Be the fire that exposes their laziness. Because greatness isn't found in comfort zones. It's forged in the fire of relentless effort. You weren't built to quit. You weren't wired to settle. That feeling in your gut, that's not fear. That's your calling screaming at you, begging you to go harder, to push past the pain, and to stop thinking like the rest of the world. You weren't born to be average. You were born to conquer. So act like it. Pain is temporary. Regret is forever. That's not just a quote you throw on a poster or whisper when things get tough. That's a law of life. Right now, you're hurting, you're tired, you're staring down a mountain of pressure, disappointment, and doubt. But let me make something crystal clear. This pain you're feeling, this exhaustion, this mental war inside your head, it will pass. The sore muscles, the long nights, the setbacks, they are fleeting. They are the price of greatness. But the regret of walking away, that doesn't leave. That's the kind of pain that sticks to your soul like a tattoo you never wanted. You think quitting is the escape route. You think if you stop now, if you just give up, the pain ends. But that's a lie. That's the soft voice of weakness whispering in your ear, hoping you'll fall for the trap that ruins most lives. Quitting doesn't end the pain, it makes it permanent, because every time you quit, you reinforce failure. You tell your brain, when things get hard, I run. And guess what? Life remembers. The world doesn't hand success to cowards. It rewards the ones who show up anyway, broken, bruised, bleeding, but still in the fight. Do you know what haunts people on their deathbeds? It's not the times they failed. It's the chances they didn't take, the goals they abandoned, the dreams they buried under fear and excuses. That's what keeps people up at night, the what ifs. What if I had pushed one more week? What if I didn't listen to the fear? What if I had kept going when everyone else quit? Those are the ghosts that never leave. Right now, you're standing at the edge. You can either jump into the unknown, into discomfort and sacrifice and everything you fear, or you can turn back, retreat to that comfortable little box where dreams go to die. But know this, nothing great was ever built in the comfort zone. Every empire, every legacy, every legendary life was forged in the fire of struggle. You suffer now so you can live like a king later. Not just with money or fame, but with pride, with strength, with peace in your soul, knowing you didn't fold when it got hard. So yes, bleed now, cry now, sweat now, whatever it takes, because pain is the cost of progress, and it's temporary. But the pride you earn by pushing through it, that lasts forever. Don't let the moment of weakness rob you of a lifetime of glory. Regret weighs tons, discipline weighs ounces. Make the hard choice now so you never have to live with the words "I quit" echoing in your head. Be stronger than your excuses. Be tougher than your emotions. And remember, pain is temporary. Regret is forever. Choose wisely. Every obstacle is a test of worth. Life doesn't throw you setbacks because it hates you. It's challenging you to see if you're even worthy of the success you claim you want. Everybody talks big when things are easy. Everybody posts quotes, shows up on their best days, and brags about how hungry they are when the sun's out. But when the storm hits, when the deals fall through, when the bank account's empty, when the dream feels miles away, that's when the real test begins. That's when you find out who's full of it and who's built for it. The universe doesn't reward wishful thinkers. It rewards relentless doers. And if you're sitting there ready to quit, wondering if it's worth it, then listen carefully. This moment right now is the defining line between average and extraordinary. We see pretenders love to start. They love the hype, the spotlight, the illusion of progress. They like the applause before the grind. But the minute it gets hard, the minute there's no audience, no instant result, they vanish. They ghost their goals. They disappear because the pain exposes their lack of commitment. But the finishers, they're cut from a different cloth. They show up tired. They show up broke. They show up with doubts screaming in their heads. But they show up over and over and over again. That's the difference. Not talent, not luck, but relentless discipline. Finishing is about continuing when everything inside you wants to run. It's about staring down the resistance and saying, "Not today." The obstacle in your way isn't there to stop you, it's there to train you, to sharpen you, to break the weak parts of you that can't survive the next level. Every setback is a signal. It's life asking, do you actually want it, or were you just pretending? And your response isn't a quote, it's not a vision board, it's action. It's what you do when nobody's watching. When it's late, when you're tired, when quitting would be easy, and no one would even blame you. That's when it counts. Because that's where transformation happens. Not in the comfort zone, not in the routine, but in the fire. So here's the truth you don't want to hear. No one's coming to carry you through this. This is your moment, your burden, your fight. And you're either going to back down like every other excuse-making nobody out there, or you're going to rise up and demand more from yourself. The obstacle is not the enemy, it's the gateway. And only those who push through get the prize. So stop whining, stop negotiating with your limitations. You've got everything you need inside you to win if you stop fussing quitting every time it gets tough. This is it. Right now, you either become the person you were meant to be, or you let the moment pass you by like every other time before. What are you gonna do? Keep pretending? Or finally, once and for all, finish what you started? Your mind's your most powerful asset, but like any weapon, it needs constant sharpening. Discipline is not something you feel. It's not about waiting for the right mood or the perfect day to strike. No, discipline is a choice, a decision to take action, regardless of the circumstances. Most people let their feelings dictate their actions. They wake up tired and they give in to it. They don't feel like working out, so they skip it. Their brain tells them it's too hard, so they stop pushing. But that's where the difference between mediocrity and greatness lies. The mind in its natural state will always try to protect you from discomfort. It will find every excuse to keep you in your comfort zone. But if you want to be extraordinary, you have to break through that barrier. Mental toughness is not something you're born with, it's something you forge. It's built through repetition, through facing challenges head on and continuing to push forward, even when every fiber of your being is telling you to quit. It's about training yourself to embrace discomfort and not just survive it, but thrive in it. Every time you push past your mind's resistance, you're strengthening that mental muscle. Each challenge you overcome builds resilience, and with that resilience comes power. The power to keep going when others fall behind. The power to endure when everyone else gives up. Think about this. The most successful people in the world don't wake up every morning feeling motivated to take on the day. They wake up with the same human doubts, the same fears, the same exhaustion. But what sets them apart is not their feelings. It's their ability to act despite those feelings. They understand that motivation is fleeting. It's unreliable. Some days you'll feel on top of the world. Other days you'll feel like crawling back into bed. But your purpose, the reason you're fighting, the vision you have for your future, that's what keeps you going. When your mind screams, stop, and you're about to throw in the towel, that's when you need to dig in and scream back, again. You're not here to listen to weakness. You're here to break through it. You're here to prove to yourself that nothing can stand in your way. Not doubt, not fear, not failure. Every time you go past the point of comfort, every time you keep pushing when the world says you should quit, you gain power. That's the real victory, the mental victory. Winners understand that the true battle is internal. The outside world can throw anything at you, but if you have control over your mind, you control the outcome. You don't need the world to give you motivation because you've already created it within yourself. You've trained your mind to stay in the fight, to focus on the goal and to follow through no matter what. Feelings are weak. Purpose is what drives you. Purpose is what keeps you up at night, burning with a desire to achieve, to create, to conquer. Motivation is a tool, but purpose is the fire that sustains you. Winners follow purpose, not feelings. They have a vision and they align every action with that vision, no matter how tough the road gets. So when your mind tries to hold you back, remember this. Your weapon is sharper than ever before, and it's up to you to keep it that way. No one's coming to save you. The truth is, you're not going to get a handout. There is no Calvary. No one is going to swoop in, throw it on a cape, and rescue you from the mess you've created. The sooner you accept this reality, the faster you can get to work. There's no magic pill that will suddenly make everything fall into place. There's no simple formula that'll give you the results you're craving without putting in the work. You can't buy success. You can't outsource your greatness. It's not something you can hire someone to do for you. You either get it done or you don't. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. There will never be one. Stop looking for the sign from the universe that things will magically turn around. The universe isn't going to show up with a silver platter full of success. That's not how this works. You've been fed these fantasies, these feel-good stories about destiny, about fate, and how the right person is going to come into your life and change everything. That's bullshit. The person who's going to change your life is standing in front of you right now. It's you. If you're looking for someone to fix your life, grab a mirror. That's your hero. You're the one who's got to pull yourself out of the trenches. You're the one who's going to dig deep, push through the pain, and show up every damn day. There's no one else to do it. People like to complain about how the system is rigged, how society isn't fair, how they didn't get a lucky break. Guess what? Life isn't fair, and it's never going to be. Stop looking at life through a lens of entitlement. The world doesn't owe you anything. The only thing it offers is an opportunity to work hard, to grind, to hustle, and to build the life you want. If you're sitting around waiting for someone else to step in, you're wasting your time. Success doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care how many times you've failed, how many people doubted you, or how many setbacks you've had. What it cares about is your persistence, your work ethic, your ability to keep going when the world tells you to quit. If you're waiting for someone to feel sorry for you, you're not going to get anywhere. People will let you down. Situations will break you, and life will try to knock you out at every corner. But that's where you separate yourself from the rest. When everyone else is lying down, you get back up. When they give up, you keep going. Because your success, it's not up to anyone else but you. You have everything you need inside of you to make it happen. You've got the drive, you've got the determination, you've got the grit. The only thing stopping you is your mindset. If you believe that someone else is going to come and make your life better, you're holding yourself back. The truth is, no one is coming. You've got to take control. You've got to make the decision right now that you're going to be the one who pushes through, who makes it happen. You've got to stop looking for external solutions and focus on the internal work that needs to be done. Success is built by taking action, not by waiting around for someone to hand it to you. You want results? Then get to work. You want a change in your life? Then make it happen. The power to transform your future lies in your hands. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can stop making excuses and start making progress. You're closer than you think. The hardest part of any journey is when you're on the brink of breaking through. And it's in those moments that most people give up. They throw in the towel, thinking they've reached their limit. But what they don't realize is that they were this close to achieving something extraordinary. The darkest hour is always right before the breakthrough. It's in that final stretch, that last bit of energy, that everything you've worked for starts to come together. Most people quit when things get the toughest, when they feel like they can't go any further. But this is when the real winners step up. This is when true champions are born. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple: persistence. It's easy to keep going when things are flowing, when the path is clear and everything is moving smoothly. But it's when the road gets tough, when obstacles rise up, and when the pressure is at its peak that your real character is tested. That's when you see who has the fire and who has the excuses. Who is willing to go just a little bit further, who take one more step, even when they feel like their body can't go on. That's what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary, the average from the iconic. Oh, if you've ever felt like quitting, remember this: you are never as far from success as you think. Success is often one more rep away, one more call away, one more day away. When you're exhausted, when you feel like your energy is completely depleted, that's the moment you need to push the hardest. Dig deeper. Find that last reserve of strength and determination that you didn't know you had. The greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, and achievers know this truth. The key to success is in those moments when everything inside you says stop, but you keep going. That's where greatness is forged. Think about the times in your life when you felt like giving up. I bet you've been close to giving up before, close to throwing in the towel and walking away. But if you're still standing, if you're still pushing forward, you've already overcome something huge. You're stronger than you think, and the fact that you're still here means that you have everything inside you to finish what you started. Don't let the hardest part of your journey define you. Let it shape you into someone stronger, someone who refuses to quit. Most people quit just before they reach their breakthrough because they don't realize how close they are. They're looking for the easy way out, the shortcut, the quick fix. But there is no shortcut to success. There's only persistence, hard work, and sacrifice. Every time you get up after falling down, every time you take another step when you want to stop, you are getting closer to your goal. You're stacking victories no matter how small, And those victories build the momentum that will carry you to the finish line. So, when you feel like quitting, remind yourself that success is just one more step away. Your breakthrough is coming, but it's waiting for you to push through the struggle. The only way you lose is if you stop fighting. So keep going. One more rep, one more call, one more day, because that's all it takes to go from average to iconic. You can come this far to quit now. You didn't suffer, bleed, and sacrifice just to walk away when it gets hard. Winners keep pushing. Lions keep hunting. Legends keep going. So stand up, tighten your grip, and get back in the fight. Because the only way you lose is if you quit. And you're not a quitter.